You've had such a memorable career. A lot of people consider you to be one of the most powerful men, if not the most powerful man in football. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a godfather of football figure?
No, I don't. I don't get into fall into these traps of, how would you put it, praise. You know, I think that you try and keep your feet in the ground. I think that's important. For instance, for the last, a few weeks ago, I kept trying to play down all the great hyperbole about Manchester United being untouchables, they've been this, they've been that, the next thing, and I'm trying to play it down, try to dampen it, and I know what football is like. 1 minute, the next minute, or the next day, you're going to get kicked in the teeth, you know, and that's football. And here we've lost 2 games, now we're not untouchables, we're the worst team ever in the history of Manchester United, so you've got to try and balance things out.
You've been here for so long and you've been managing at the top, you've won it all. What keeps you motivated every morning when you get up? What are you thinking to keep yourself at the top?
The kind of club that Manchester United is a great club to work for, and also the expectation drives you, and you can't afford to be complacent at any time. You know, I think that when you do get complacent at this club, then your results will be different. So I don't have any complacency. I still work as hard as I did when I first came to the club. I'm with the right club, and I enjoy the expectation. I enjoy the challenge of having to be number one or try to be number one.
How much longer do you want to stay at Old Trafford, and when do you know is the right time to turn your back on it all?
Well, there's several things will come into it. My health will be very important. You know, I'm 67 now. So therefore you hope your health you retain your health, and in that way then I can still enjoy my job. If that were different, I would quit immediately.
When you do go, it'll be incredibly difficult for whoever comes here. What kind of manager do you think can succeed you?
Well, I think obviously I'm glad it's not my decision, but you know that I think you need someone with experience here, because it's a big club now, it's a massive club. When I came here I was 40, I think it was 46, I think it was. When I came here, about 45, 46, something like that. And therefore I had the energy and I had some experience at Aberdeen, of course. I had 8.5 good years there. So that was the kind of foundation I needed to go to such a big club. But when Manchester United, I came here, it was nothing like it was today. You know, nothing then. You say yourself, could we think we could get to where we are now?
You know how hype works here in the UK, especially when it comes to football, and how much people talk about Manchester United, the present, the future. People have spoken recently about the possibility of Jose Mourinho maybe coming here. How do you see him as a manager, and do you think he would fit in here? Well,
obviously, I mean, I do, and I made a point, I would have to be an experienced manager who came to Manchester United. I like Jose, I think he's a good guy, and we've gone very well together. But as I said, I don't know what the club thinks about who the next manager is going to be, but fortunately, hopefully it's not for another 2 or 3 years, because I intend to stay on as long as that. And then, you know, the funny thing about football then is how the game changes. I remember some years ago, there was 3 or 4 potential managers to go and better and do things well in the game. And they've all lost their jobs, they're not in the game, you know? And that what it tells you really is our jobs are very, very fragile. 1 minute we're talking about, just earlier on, they're at the very top of the world. And a few defeats, you're useless. United!